We're here in the Wellness Zone, the Keep Oregon Wellness Zone, and Kyle from the band Typhoon hanging with us after your performance. Thanks for that great performance, by the way.
Cort, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Album has been out about a month?
Yep, it's out in the world.
Is there a lot of stress leading into an album release?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stress, and moreover, there's a lot of time between when you finish it and when you can actually release it.
Sure.
We had like 6 months.
Are there things that you do that you found to kind of help, meditate, kind of deal with those stress factors?
Yeah, I mean, meditating literally is something I try to do, though my schedule's completely out of whack at this point. But yeah, meditation, like taking time out of my day to be calm, contemplative, and reflective, that's important.
You know, it's often said that artists kind of, in order to be a good artist, you got to kind of have I don't know what the proper term would be, but you got to have kind of a life that's a little bit stressful, a little bit wacky. Do you find that true, or do you have to, can you be a normal guy to be an artist? Yeah, you know what? I used to subscribe to the theory that one had to suffer to be a good artist. I think maybe there is some truth to that, but I no longer think one has to be a masochist to be a good artist. Right.
Like, you don't have to make yourself suffer. And in a way, I think that's a crutch. I think that's a bit contrived if one is trying to sabotage their own life so they can write a song, better or something. I tend to try to put life first, and then the music being an outgrowth of that.
Certainly, a lot of people who maybe have normal jobs will use music as their outlet. Since music is your job, what types of things do you use as your outlet?
I mean, music is part of the time, and then we go on record cycle, and I want to listen to anything except for music. So it's hard. I go through these phases of like I won't know any new bands at all, and then somebody will come along, and finally I'll re-fall in love with music. I'm a pretty heavy reader. That's sort of one of my, I don't know if that's an outlet per se, but that's definitely what I found myself doing a lot of this tour.
I think it helps find that balance. What types of things do you read?
Literature mostly, although I've been reading a lot of history lately, kind of on the subject of our records about memory and moreover about social memory. So I've been kind of trying to brush up on... So something I realize is Americans are allergic to history, so I'm trying to...
No, we're not. Do you find you're a local to Oregon? Out of Salem originally.
Out of Salem, Oregon.
And as anybody knows, here in Portland and Oregon itself, at least this portion, this time of the year can get a little gray.
Yeah, right. What's the seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah,
which everyone has.
Have you ever dealt with that or known anybody that's dealt with that?
Yeah, I mean, just everybody in my life. I mean, I think I would do it in reverse, like just the one day the sun comes out in Portland, suddenly everyone's in a good mood. I mean, I think that tells you everything, because for the rest of the time you're working at a baseline of like dreary, gray, rainy.
And I guess the key is finding the happiness even in those moments.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I think sometimes you do have to lean into the sadness of life. I'm not saying people should try to, not feel pain, but yeah, if you live in Oregon, you have to kind of find ways to cheer up even when it's like
I think
dismal.
I think the blue's going to be, or the sky is going to be blue actually today. So
it's looking like it might.
It's
threatening.
Nice. We should go for a walk together.
Okay.
Everybody else, you should go to keeporegonwell.com and take the pledge to help combat the stigma that is associated with mental illness.